The Stranger at the Door, a story that will leave you speechless. It was a stormy night when Claire's life changed forever. The rain hammered against the windows of her small apartment, and the wind howled like a wounded animal. She had just finished her dinner and was about to settle in with a book when the doorbell rang. Claire wasn't expecting anyone, and the sound sent a chill down her spine. She hesitated, then peered through the peephole. Standing on her doorstep was a man, drenched from the rain, his face shadowed by the dim porch light. Something about him felt familiar, though she couldn't quite place it. She opened the door, and what he said next would shatter her world. "My name is Daniel," he began, his voice trembling. "I'm your brother." Claire froze. Her mind raced. She was an only child, or so she had always been told. Her parents had never mentioned a brother, not even in passing. But there was something about Daniel's eyes, the way they mirrored her own, that made her hesitate. She invited him in, her heart pounding as she handed him a towel. He sat on her couch, dripping water onto the floor, and began to tell his story. Daniel claimed he had been taken from their family when he was just 2 years old. He had vague memories of a woman he believed was their mother, but he had spent most of his life in foster care, shuffled from one home to another. It wasn't until he turned 30 that he decided to search for his biological family. After years of dead ends, he had finally tracked Claire down. Claire listened, her mind spinning. She wanted to believe him, but something felt off. Why had her parents never mentioned him? And why did Daniel seem so nervous, his eyes darting around the room as if he were hiding something? She decided to play along, asking him questions about their family. To her surprise, Daniel knew things only a family member would know, like the fact that their father had a scar on his left hand from a childhood accident, or that their mother had a habit of humming a specific lullaby when she was nervous. The next morning, Claire called her parents. She tried to keep her voice calm as she asked them about Daniel. At first, they denied everything, insisting she was an only child. But when she mentioned the scar and the lullaby, there was a long silence on the other end of the line. Finally, her mother spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. "We need to talk," she said. "Come over tonight." That evening, Claire sat across from her parents in their living room, Daniel by her side. Her mother's hands trembled as she held a faded photograph. It was a picture of a young couple holding a baby who looked just like Daniel. "This is you," her mother said, handing the photo to Daniel. "We didn't want to tell you, but you were taken from us when you were just 2 years old. We searched for years, but we never found you. We thought it was better to let Claire believe she was an only child." Claire felt the room spin. Her parents had lied to her for her entire life. But as she looked at Daniel, she noticed something strange. He didn't seem surprised by the revelation. In fact, he almost looked guilty. Over the next few weeks, Claire began to investigate Daniel's past. She tracked down the couple who had raised him, only to discover that they had never legally adopted him. They claimed Daniel had been left on their doorstep as a baby, with no note, no explanation. But as Claire dug deeper, she found inconsistencies in their story. The couple had moved frequently, almost as if they were running from something. And then there was the name they had given Daniel, a name that didn't appear on any official records. One night, Claire confronted Daniel. "Who are you really?" she demanded. He hesitated, his face pale. "I'm your brother," he said, but his voice lacked conviction. But there's more to the story. What Daniel revealed next shattered Claire's world. He wasn't her brother, not biologically at least. He was the son of a woman her parents had known years ago, a woman who had disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Daniel had been raised to believe that Claire's parents were responsible for his mother's disappearance, and he had come to confront them. But as Claire dug deeper, she uncovered an even darker secret. Her parents had been involved in a custody battle with Daniel's mother. When she disappeared, they had taken Daniel in, hiding him from the authorities. They had raised him as their own, but when he began asking questions about his past, they sent him away, telling him he was adopted. The revelation left Claire reeling. Her parents weren't the people she thought they were. And Daniel? He wasn't her brother, but he was still family. A family built on lies and secrets. The story ends with a chilling twist. As Claire and Daniel sat together, trying to make sense of it all, they received a letter in the mail. It was from Daniel's mother, alive and waiting to meet them. So, what do you think happened next? Was Daniel's mother really alive? Or was this just another lie in a web of secrets? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because on Bless Musa Stories, the mysteries never end. Until next time, stay curious and stay connected.